I want to commend especially these two members, Chairman Kingston and Mr. Farr, and the subcommittee. They did a great job with the $19.4 billion allocation for their bill. They cut spending where they could. They saved $365 million from last year, and more than $1.7 billion from what the President asked. While this bill brings down discretionary spending, what we control, mandatory, as the Chairman has said, continues on autopilot. It's important to help those in greatest need, no doubt about it. Children who rely on nutrition programs for their health, the millions of Americans, I think some 46 million now, Mr. Chairman, who depend on SNAP, food stamps, for example. There has to be a realization that this rapid spending cannot continue when our debts are so high. It's like we had our automobile on cruise control, going 80 miles an hour, coming upon a brick wall. We have to get off of mandatory automatic spending. This is a good bill. While the mandatory is out of the committee's control, the legislation does make strides to help direct these mandatory food and nutrition programs to find and eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. This will help reduce excess spending caused by errors and scams and ensure the better use of taxpayer dollars. American farmers and ranchers are the backbone of nearly every rural community in the nation, and the discretionary portion of this bill supplies them with the resources they need to do their jobs safely and successfully. The bill also strengthens economic development in the rural parts of the country, providing business and industry loans, housing assistance, infrastructure improvement. In addition, the bill supports food and drug safety, keeping our citizens healthy, and funds high-priority research to keep our agricultural system at the top of its game. The bill also reduces spending in areas that are lower priority or that simply do not need continued high levels of funding. This includes a cut to the CFTC, which has experienced more than 80% growth in its budget since just 2008. 80% growth, while its workload has only increased by a fraction of a percent. We also made responsible cuts to the FDA and conservation programs, among other agencies. These reductions will help keep discretionary spending in line while still supporting important programs at adequate levels. I want to thank Chairman Kingston, Ranking Member Farr, the entire subcommittee for very thoughtful work on this bill. The staff, of course, is the backbone of what we do here, and they have done a wonderful job on this bill. Thank them for the many hours of diligence putting this bill together. Mr. Chairman, I think you found a careful balance between fiscal restraint and acceptable spending that provides an abundant food and drug supply, promotes U.S. interest in the global economy, and encourages economic development in our rural communities. So I urge support for the bill.